Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Daphnée and Daphnée show. My name is Daphnée Antoine.
And I am Daphnée Camilien.
Hello, hello. So, welcome. Daphnée and Daphnée show aim to share resources to help family, individual thrive. So, with that being said, we encourage you to come on live. Let us know where you're watching from, or if you're getting the replay, let us know where you're watching from, and we would love to have you engage with us. So, before we start, let's start with our disclosure.
Sure. So, as Daphnée said, I am Daphnée Camilien. I am an attorney. Anything I say this afternoon does not enter us in any type of attorney-client relationship. Daphnée Antoine is a financial entrepreneur. Anything that she says this afternoon does not enter her or the viewer and into any type of financial fiduciary relationship. All information that we are sharing is for information purposes and entertainment purposes only. Back to you.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you kindly, Attorney Camillian. And now let's go to our legal segment. What's happening in the legal world?
Sure. This is going to be brief. So a couple of things going on is that I mentioned it before, I mentioned again, fees. USCIS, which is where you would go, USCIS.gov is where you would go get applications, for example, for a green card, to renew your green card, to become a citizen, DACA, all of those things. The fees, the applications are there, and the application fees for a lot of applications are going to be going up. So USCIS announced in January 2023 that they intended to increase application fees, and they gave about 2 months for people to do what they call public comment, where you can comment and say, yes, great, I think it's great, you should increase fees, or no, don't increase fees, right? And so that comment period just ended a couple of weeks ago, and so we have to wait and see, right? So they're going to look at everything and they'll make a final decision. More than likely, they will increase fees. They're going to be using the fees to give their workers I think it said a raise, but it'll also be using it to hire way more people so that they can process applications even faster. As most people know, it takes a very long time for a lot of applications to even be processed. It could take a year, 2 years. So more people would be welcome. But the fees are it's not every application fee, so you have to be on the lookout for that. But some of these fees are going to be steep. So if you're, to give you an example, for family-based petition, which just means like if you're, for example, a husband, you're a citizen, you're applying for your wife, and she happens to be in the United States, and she's not, and you're applying for her to get her green card. Before, it typically takes about 5, it's a bunch of applications, right? So once you get all the applications filled out, typically about 5, the total fees for all the applications was $1,760, which is a lot of money, right? Which I was going to say which was not cheap, is what I was going to try to say. So already $1,760 was what it cost, for a person to apply for their spouse to get their green card. The new proposed fees is doubling that, right? So they're saying the cost is going to be over $3,640 for all the applications. So, not everything will be doubling, but there's significant increases with the fees. So what should you do? It hasn't gone into effect yet, and we don't know when it will go to effect, and also how much the increase would be. So what I suggest you to do is, if there's something that you want to apply for, go ahead and apply. If you want to become a citizen and you've been waiting and not sure and whatever, go ahead and fill your paperwork out to be a citizen. If there's anything that you need to apply for, go ahead and stop waiting, because if you don't want to pay significantly more, I just highly suggest that you go ahead and apply. So that would be that part of what's going on with immigration. Another thing is that I want to talk to you quickly about is the humanitarian parole program. As many of you know, in January 2023, the Biden administration announced this humanitarian parole program for 4 countries: Nicaragua, Venezuela, Cuba, and Haiti. Basically, the program is if you're a national of those countries and you know someone in the U.S. that's a citizen, green card holder, TPS, asylee, they can apply for you, and you can be able to come to the United States for up to 2 years. Um, and so so that program exists. It's still in existence right now. And there was rumors going around that if you are part of the program, that you'd be eligible to get financial assistance from the government, $400 for 8 months from the U.S. government, while you're in the U.S., right, to help you along the way. So the Office of Refugee and Settlement does have money set aside for people who are refugees, and it's being stated that um, people in who are a part of this parole program could qualify for some funds from the office ORR, so the Office of Refugee and Resettlement. But this is a program that people have to be federal program that people have to be very, very careful. Could someone qualify? Possibly, but it's run by each state, so it depends on what state you're in. You have to fill out an application. Most applications give you the Illinois application. So if a person's living in Illinois that came on humanitarian parole and they were interested in this program, they would have to go fill out the application. It asks you for where you're living, all the members of the household, for all the people that you're filling out, asking for assistance, for example, cash assistance or medical assistance. You have to put their social security number down. There's a lot of information that you have to share, but be mindful. Do you qualify? Make sure. Also, understand that if you're here on a humanitarian parole, someone sponsored you and someone filled out an application for you, stating that they would sponsor you and they'd be responsible for your needs. So um, you're then going to the government asking for assistance. So, but everyone's situation is different. Um, so it's truly a case by case scenario, whether the person qualifies, whether or I should say is eligible, if it makes sense, if the household was able to support you, they probably do not qualify, but you'd have to look at the form, see what they're asking for, see what the criteria is. Each state is different, and see if this is something that makes sense to the individual person and the individual person's situation. And I go and just say that every situation is different. If someone is sponsored by an organization and they're a 19-year-old, who happened to get here and have family, and there's just different situations where it may make sense for them to get assistance, but there are other situations where they wouldn't qualify because of just the criteria. So I would go and say be cautious, read the instructions, and look and see if it makes sense for that particular person. Back to you.
All right. Thank you kindly, Attorney Camillion, for keeping us up to date with what's going on with the whims of immigration news. So with that being said, start saving, get your money ready.
Mhm.
If you know that you are about to apply for someone, most likely, as Attorney Chameleon shares, the fees going up. So look forward to that. And yeah, definitely. With what you are saying with respect to the program, I mean, if you say you you're going to apply for someone that you will be able to take care of them, then that's basically what it is. So definitely, I mean, I'm not an attorney, so I'm gonna discourage you from applying. I'm not gonna give you legal. that's that's my personal opinion. It's not a legal opinion. No, so you don't want to put yourself in a position even in the future where you won't be able to sponsor anyone because you take advantage of this program. So that's my 2 cents. So with that being said, if you or someone you know needs Attorney Chameleon services, you can reach out to her at 847-410-9022, 847-410-9022, and her website is chameleonlaw.com. Chameleonlaw.com. Well, hello again. This is the Daphne and Daphne show. My name is Daphne Antoine, and you are
Daphnée Camilien.
Daphne Camilien. So the purpose of this show is to obviously, as you can see, share with you information that you and your family can use, as well as share with you resources that you can potentially use as well. And based on the different month, we share different resources. Last month was and women history month, right? Yeah, there's also on the
International
8th.
Women's
No,
Month.
on the 8th is a Woman International Day, but
Right.
then for the whole month I think it's Women History Month. Anyway, we took advantage and we share with you so many resources that women can use to thrive. So the first week we talk about the importance of networking, so women networking with each other, especially entrepreneur. The second week, we share mentorship opportunities for women. The third week, we share business grants for women. And then the fourth week, we actually share non for profits who are helping women. So if any of this topic resonate with you, I encourage you to go to our YouTube page or wherever you watching us now and go back to those live and watch them so you can get those resources for you. This month is April. Welcome to the month of April. It is the second quarter of the year. I hope that you are gradually uh, having your plans work, putting things together and taking step by step to achieve whatever resolution you made at the beginning of the year. So April is Financial Literacy Month. And so we will be sharing with you different resources to help you in that area. I know all of us have things to learn, basically because financial literacy is very vast and depends on what you actually need and where you are actually in life. There's many different resources. So since last month was women, we're still following up with the woman theme. So today we're going to be talking about women and money. So it's just going to be a conversation and we share some resources. And because a lot of time you hear the disadvantage that women have when it comes to money, like when we earn money it's usually less than what men make. I don't want to say women have a hard time managing money because that's like a stereotype, but you've seen it, especially maybe women who are stay-at-home mom. I am a stay-at-home mom, and sometimes we don't have that opportunity to earn at the same level of someone that who is working outside of the home. So there's many facets to this woman and money, and we'll just share some resources, and we'll bring more resources as the month continue. So, what is your opinion or
Ooh,
your
sorry.
thoughts? Yeah,
It's like a fly. Sorry.
okay. This is what it means to be live. Woman, when we hear woman and money, what comes to mind for you, Attorney Chameleon?
So, a lot of times, I have when I hear about women and money, I have my attorney's hat on, and unfortunately, I just have seen too many women who um, maybe were not set up financially. And so if they're married and they get a divorce, it can be truly devastating to let's say you're a stay-at-home parent, to now have to navigate that, right? Navigate, being a
Exactly.
single parent, and what that means if you're a parent, or even if you're not a parent, but you went from two incomes to one, how that works, so it can be really devastating, and it's important that we have our finances in order, have savings accounts, have checking accounts, um, and have a little,
Investment.
not little, but we should have money set aside for
Yeah,
ourselves for a
exactly.
rainy day. Put it like that.
Exactly. Uh, like what you mentioned is, especially when you were a stay-at-home mom, maybe you were like I was a banker, so I was in the career. I had a career and everything, but then that's also a loss of income. That's what people don't really see,
Yeah.
because that's the loss of earning. And especially I know a few women who may be experiencing that. Once you leave the workplace
Hmm.
and then you have to re-enter, you already lost so many years of earning.
Hmm.
And not only the earning that you would have received in on the term of your regular pay, but also your investment. So maybe you were participating in a 401k account, and so no, now you no longer have that opportunity to receive that match. Okay, so not only you're not receiving that match, but you're not even contributing. So
Yeah.
it is all a I don't say it's all a loss. I mean, I love staying home with my children. I love my babies, but then we have to balance, see what can we do to not be on like a zero level. So what else can we do? We talked about, some people talk about maybe having like a mind, having like a way that you break your finance. Some people have the 80-10-10 rule. Some people have a 50-30-10-10 rule. But then I don't feel like I'm in a position to tell people this is how you should break down your income. It's best for you to it's best for you to see what work better for you. And then so if you are earning money and you are earning money, you have to position yourself in a way that you protect yourself. And I don't want to go in a whole different conversation, but a lot of time it's important how you manage your household as well. Is how do you have access to your own money? Some women do not have access to their own money even though they're earning the money, right?
Right.
And then so before you can break down, okay, this is how I spend this money, do you even have access to your own bank account? So as we speaking about women and money, I hope that you can maybe listen to this conversation and see what potentially can apply to you, because maybe not everything is going to apply to you. So we're just having a
Mhm.
conversation today, and then throughout the month we'll bring you more resources. But then the first step, what is your relationship with money? And when you have money, how much, what is the percentage that you reserve for your everyday need and expenses? What is the percentage that you are saving, and what is the percentage that you are investing? And those of us who like to give, or maybe have a faith belief about giving, what do you have a percentage where you give? And so again, we each have our own personal situation. Those percentages may will vary, but have have something in mind that you can that can guide you. It's not always gonna be 100%, but then for you, if you put yourself in this boundary line of this is how I spend my money, then it can help you to not fall in the pit of overspending, or not having funds for an emergency, and not having like an opportunity. Once sometimes opportunities will come that you may want to invest in, but having a savings account, having an investment fund, having maybe a giving fund are all uh, good things to keep in mind when it comes to budgeting. And I know it's like a word people don't want to hear, but what do you want to add right now, Tony Chameleon?
No, I think yeah, I think you're right about everybody. The way you break down your finances just depends, but one thing I would just recommend, possible, because it adds up, is you got to have a savings account. I know people, a lot of people live check to check, and I get it. And oftentimes they'll say, well, I don't have a penny to spare, but you know you take a look at what you're spending your money on. If you get in like soda every day, if you smoke cigarettes, it's a hard habit, but it's an expensive habit. I don't want to. The cliche is the whole latte, but maybe you eat out, 5 days a week, and so instead of eating out 5 days a week, you eat out three, and those
Yeah.
2 days that you would be spending, $20 a week, you save the $20, and so if you save, $80 a month, it adds up. It's almost $1,000 a year, and it just keeps adding. And I think that when you start to see things grow, if I think you're going to be less likely to just dip into it, and also you want it to continue to grow, right? So if you're able to save after a year, it's almost $1,000. And you're maybe when you get to the grand, you want to get to $2,000 and $3,000, and then you start to see how $20 a week added up, and what a big difference that it made in your finances, and also nowadays, with we are in a side hustle culture. I'm not saying this for everybody, but there are situations where people can do and make extra cash, right? So sometimes, you could walk a dog or go babysit, or, the thing that people do a lot of is Uber. And I don't know how, advantageous, but maybe if you did Uber for a couple hours on a Sunday, right? Could that be your savings account money if it's $50 for 3 hours, every Sunday? That's $200 a month. So, things like of that nature, those are just little ways that people, or working retail 1 day a week, going to Amazon doing stock, just 1 day a week. But I'm not talking about big, large sums of money. I'm talking about just the little sums do add up. But that's a great start to any base, right? Whether it's like I want to buy a house, I want to invest, I want to do whatever, and anyone for the most part can do maybe some of these things that are suggested, or something that's tailored to each particular person. That's all I'll say.
Yes, I definitely agree with what you are saying right now, because my next point was about earning more money. Because a lot of time we're telling people budget and manage. It's like it's not enough. We had this conversation before where we shared how much a family should make to afford being living in the state. So we are in Illinois, and I think it was an MIT. It was an MIT research program, right? That we talked about maybe like 2 or 3 months ago. I don't exactly remember, but based on your state, it can tell you, and obviously the number of people in your family, how much money that you should earn as a household, and really the amount of money they was saying on average, most family don't earn that. And it doesn't matter if you have a high paying degree, a high paying career, if you're not making at least 100K, things gonna be tight. And then so that's when you look for ways to earn more money. And that doesn't mean you have to throw away your career. Eventually, that's what you want to do, and your business grow. I mean, by all means, but don't just jump
Yeah.
without no parachute now. That's not what we are saying. So we are encouraging you to to think of different ways that you can earn money. Look for different opportunities. And the easiest way, I don't want to say easiest way because I don't want to sound like just doing scam and stuff like no. But the way that you can earn money is to learn a skill. And then so if you learn a skill that you think other people need and you can provide that skill, that's gonna be a way for you to increase your income. And then so it's not impossible, it's not overnight, it takes time because obviously for any of us to master anything, there's a learning curve. Unless if that's something you're already doing, maybe you have a career where you can consult. That's something that you already know, and then you can consult with different company, or maybe you're in a career that other people want to learn about, and you can teach them and train them and coach them on how they can start that career. That's something that you can do without having to learn any skill. But if you completely um, is interested in providing a service that you're not technically savvy on, then it's important to learn. And it's gonna take time. You're gonna have to be patient, and you're going to have to connect with other people who've already been there and who've done that and who can help you along the way. Okay, so we're getting to the 26-minute mark. So that being said, woman, it's time that you don't let your finances be up to somebody else. Take your finance into your own hand. It's great if you have someone who's helping you, who is helping you. Nonetheless, find ways to also have your own income so that you're not ending up on the mercy of any individual. So maybe you're in a situation right now where, yeah, we've talked about a few things here and there, but then you would like to have a training on how to manage your money, on how to grow your money, on even how to earn more money. So let me share an opportunity with you that you can take a look in. And if that's something that resonates with you, you can go ahead and take advantage of it. And if not, there's all other resources I know online. Attorney Camilien, you had two resources you wanted to share, right?
Sure.
Um, yeah. So go ahead and share that free resources online, and I'll share paid resources for you as well.
Sure. There's two podcasts that are free um, that you can listen to on your phone or wherever you listen to your podcast at. And one of them is called Brown Ambition. You have two financial entrepreneurs that talk about everything from um, like finances to jobs to raises to investing in the stock market, what makes more sense, investing in real estate, anything to do with finances, they talk about, right? And there's two women, two brown women, African American, and I believe a Latina woman that have come together and done this podcast. And so it's a really good process. I would, invite you guys to check it out. Another podcast that's free is called Journey to Launch. It is a very good podcast. Has entrepreneurs on there. Has lots of things on finances and investing and just things of just a wealth of information. One of the nice things about these podcasts is that you'll learn. We don't know everything, so just no one knows everything. So just learning about new ways to, even negotiate a raise or to invest in something, or what you should be doing regarding your 401k if you have it, if you don't, things of that nature. So that's what I would just encourage people. Two podcasts. First one, Brown Ambition. Second one, Journey to Launch.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for sharing that. We'll put them in the comment in the description. So that's Journey to Launch and Brown
Ambition.
Ambition,
Mm-hmm.
right? Brown
Yes,
Ambition.
Brown
Awesome.
Ambition.
And then so we have the Financial Literacy Academy. And the great thing about the Financial Literacy Academy is you are, in addition to learning, you also have an opportunity to earn. Let me see. Yep. Okay. And so the HPA is the Home Business Academy, where you have this financial literacy academy that's teaching you like financial literacy concept. So here you can see like the overview about finances, how to sources of money, how to grow your money, the truth about money, and then you can see those like lessons all the way. There's different programs, and then each of them has various lessons. And what I wanted to share is that as you are learning this, it can become a career. I don't want to say gig, but a career opportunity for you as well. Because as you're learning, then you can teach that, and then you can earn income doing that. In addition, you can also you can also build a business. They're teaching you here like tax saving strategy for you as business owner. So if you are you as business owner, you can learn about where you can save money on your taxes, right? And then also here we talk about retirement planning strategies. So it's not only the 401k that's retirement. It's basically there are different ways that you can invest and to make sure that you have the necessary funds to live comfortably during your retirement. And obviously, we're not like financial advisors, so we're not giving you financial advisors advice, right? And here you have records and bookkeeping. So not only you're learning for yourself, but then you can also provide that service to a company once you know how to do it well. And then they also have car flipping. Maybe you are interested in launching a business where you sell cars. They teach you about that. Um, Passive power profits with mobile homes. I know there's a lot of communities now taking advantage of mobile home because of the
Mm-hmm.
fact that it's really home are really expensive now. So people are looking for different housing options. So mobile home is a way that you can launch a business and earn a side income. And here, house flipping, teaching you all of that. This person actually does house flipping, and so this is a good person to learn from because they're actually doing it. So you don't want to just listen from people who's not really doing much. And then here, asset protection. Now that you learn and you're growing and you're earning, it's time to learn how to protect your finance. And then so by taking this course, you basically have so many options as to which route that you want to take, right? And then so I'll put the link on the description if that's something that you want to check out. Obviously, it's no pressure, it's whatever works for you. Um, but what I wanna end with at the end of the day, you know where you are. And if you don't know where you are, then the first step is to actually sit down and see where you are and decide on where you want to be, right? Once you are clear about where you are and where you want to go, then start taking action toward that. I share this course with you, and there's at least maybe five I take on different opportunities or different programs. But don't overwhelm yourself trying to do everything at once. It's important to be able to start with one thing, and then once you master that and you go to the next thing. And sometimes you may find that something's not working for you, and it's okay. Okay, but just so you know that you have the knowledge and you have the information. And then so if that's something that you want to take advantage of, you can reach out to me at antoinebees consulting at gmail.com, and I'll connect you with the course. And the great thing about this course is it's also an affiliate opportunities. I've shared that so many times with you all before. Like, I'm an affiliate for this course. So if you decide this is something that will benefit you and you decide to purchase it, I earn a commission. But as you are going through the course as well, and if you see that something that somebody else can benefit from, and then you decide to share it with your friends, your family, or your network, and they think it's something that's going to benefit them, and they purchase it, you earn an income. So here you are earning, money from something that you did not create, you did not spend any time from creating, and then you can build an income from that, and you earn 80% commission. So that's not a bad deal. That's all I want to share with you all. My name is Daphne Antoine. I am a stay-at-home mom, wife, and entrepreneur, and this is the Daphne and Daphne show with attorney
Daphnée
Daphnée
Camilien.
Camilien. So bye for now. Let me just as I'm putting an email, anything else you want to add, attorney Camilien, as we're wrapping up?
No, just that you know, if you guys have any questions, always reach out to us, and we will try to answer on the air within the next show or two. And thank you for watching us today.
Thank you so much. Again, my email is antoinebeesconsulting@gmail.com. I will add it in the description. Bye for now. See you all next week.